All right, I am back. Episode 4, Lois Lane Experience. Here we go. Why do we cling to toxicity? Okay, people, like this has been an ongoing frustration, a concern, an issue, topic for so long. That's just what it is. I did a poll again, like I normally do before the show on Instagram, and I have a few responses that I'm going to go over, but I want to kind of just get into toxicity and the traits first. And then, of course, I'll give my response, and then I'll go into the poll like I normally do. So let me just first go ahead and just kind of explain why toxicity. Like, why do we feel like we can't let go or release toxic relationships or toxic traits or toxic friendships, whatever toxic, we all want to do better. We all want to grow. We all want to be on a different level, but at the same time, we're still clinging. We're holding on to things that don't propel us forward and hold us back from a lot of different things and a lot of great opportunities and a lot of great people. So yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so here are just a few toxic traits. Being manipulative, not apologizing, and never taking responsibility for your actions or for, causing someone hurt or pain. Inconsistency, that's a big one for me. Not me as in that's one of my toxic traits, but something that's a big pet peeve for me. Also not interested in the person that you're with, only interested in what they can do for you. So those are typically the main toxic traits that open the door for other issues. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to tackle. Like, why is moving on from these particular things so difficult for us? And I kind of like broke it down to things that related to me and why I stuck in for so long for some situations. The time and energy and effort that I put into a relationship or a situationship, I've been in those too. And the resources and the connections with family and just it's so much that you try to hold on to when it's like, okay, get a person benefit of the doubt. How long? They'll change, but when? It's like so many questions, and it's like, is that hurting you or is that helping you? Is that hurting the other person? Because nothing's changing. And if it's something that your energy is not met with, we gotta walk out. Like, it's so hard for us to walk away from things that we're familiar with. And I think that's one of the problems, because the comfort zone is so comfortable. We are afraid to venture out of what is something that we know and we're familiar with. And you're never gonna grow with a comfort zone. You're just gonna be comfortable. Okay, that's kind of why it's called the comfort zone. You're gonna be comfortable, whether it's something good or whether it's something bad. A person who's stepping on nails all the time, every day, eventually they'll get used to it. That doesn't mean that it's good. It just means that they get used to it. So that's kind of why I'm bringing up the comfort zone, because y'all, let me tell you, I think probably the two biggest ones that I couldn't wrap my head around was I was being manipulated over and over and over. And this didn't happen just by one person. This happened by multiple people. And I couldn't I'm like, and I'm not perfect by all means, but I just couldn't wrap my head around why do people feel like they need to manipulate me to get things out of me or whatever the case may be. And it's a toxic trait. It's something that needs reform. It needs help. It needs to be detoxed, if you will. But yeah, let me go back because I wanted to bring this up too. I've experienced this, and let me tell you all something. When it comes to making ties with family, cut that shit out, yo, because them family members don't care about you at all. female or male. I don't care what they say. Their mama can ask about you 4 years later, but just know this. She also know about Keisha. She also know about Tiffany. She also know about John. She also know about Jeff. She also know about Derek. Trust me, they know, and they do everybody the same, because guess what? They're on their child's side, okay? They're not on your side. I don't care how good of a person you are. I don't care what you invested in the family. I've been there. I've done it. Trust me. Them people don't care. They don't care about you as a person. I promise you. Because if they did, they'd be like, yo, leave my raggedy ass son alone. You too good for him. Get out of here. He cheating. Like, if they really meant well by you or by him, they would tell you what was up without it being so dramatic. Like, I think it's worse when you find out and then you approach them and like, yo, why didn't you tell me blah blah blah? You got me looking stupid, blah blah blah. Your son doing this or your daughter doing that, and it's like, well, that's y'all business. Wait a minute now. You just made the same pot roast that you made for me and him, for him and Tiffany. Like, we're not finna do this talking about y'all business. You was in this too, mama. You know? So that's why I say first-hand experience, don't do it. Okay? Them people do not care about you, us. Okay? If you are not married, if you are not engaged, they are not your family. Single means single people. That's word to your mother, okay? To your mother. Single means single. I can't even put it no clearer than that. They don't care. I'm just here to tell you the truth. They don't care. They care about who they child care about at the moment, and if it's 5 people, they care about all 5 people. It is what it is. More so northern regions than southern, because southern is usually the more quaint and more hospitable, but either way, men will be men, women will be women. Single men will be single men. Single women will be single women. So just know that the family is not yours. I've had to wash my hands and relinquish relationships solely specifically because it was a detriment to families, because they were feeling sorry for me, and that was their family, so they had to pick a side. You know, peace is better than right. So by all means, but I just know I would never do anybody like that. I would never ever bring someone within my family that I know that it's gonna hurt them in the long run. That's just not the type of person that I am. But there's of course people out there that do that and that don't care. So, but anyway, we're gonna move on. I digress from that. Okay, so the cheating, the bad energy, these when they say sorry, okay? When they say, baby, I'm sorry, believe them. But not in the sense of they're apologetic, more so meaning they're sorry they got caught, okay? If you're not married and if it's truly something that is not workable and you know it's toxic, and when I say not married, it's because marriage is under a sacred covenant and there are things that you can do to repair your marriage. But if you are single and you are cheating on the person that you're serious with or you're in a relationship with, you can get out of that and still be scot-free, okay? So that's why I specifically said married. But if you're single and they saying sorry, they cheated, they really ain't sorry. They sorry they got caught, okay? So, yeah, just move away from it. I learned the hard way trying to understand, thinking there was something wrong with me. Clearly, I was out of my mind. There's nothing wrong with me. At least not into the sense of what I thought, okay? Again, I'm not perfect, but at some point, I had to step back and be like, yo, I was doing what I needed to do. Like, what? But it wasn't me. So, let's move on. Okay, so I have a few responses that I got from Instagram that I want to go over, and then I'll talk about them. So there was a guy, he responded, why can't we move forward from toxicity? Well, he says a lot of people are too comfortable and afraid to deal with the unknown of something new. Again, there's that word comfortable. So, what what I agree. I agree to his point when it comes to we're too comfortable, but there was a different aspect where he says afraid to deal with the unknown of something new. Let me tell y'all something. This is funny because what changed for me when I actually started realizing that I don't need to fear something new is when I started looking at it as a job. Like, that might sound crazy, but it's actually true. Like, in dating, you're interviewing, and then if somebody signs up that wants to actually be in that position, okay, now it's the 90-day probation. Like, you really got to look at this shit like, yo, all right, you got 90 days to prove yourself. Then you get all the benefits. Then you get the long-term 401k, all of that life insurance and all that other stuff. Like, until I started looking at it like that, I was really fearful of, oh my God, I'm going to waste my time with another joker. He going to do the same thing and this and that. And again, like, if we looked at it as a job and we looked at it literally as, okay, boom, all right, this joker, he got the job, she got the job. Now, let's see if they're going to actually perform the job duties, okay? You got 90 days to prove that you will not fail at your job duties and qualifications that you applied for. So if we start looking at it like that, things will happen along the way naturally. Your chemistry is going to grow. You're going to be around the person more. You're going to get to know the person more. You're going to find out the red flags early on. You're going to figure out what it is. That doesn't mean you're sold on this person within the 90 days. That just means that they filled the spot that is no longer vacant for 90 days, which is kind of why, I guess, the Think Like a Man book has the 90-day rule in it and, you know, some other stuff. But that's a good concept to wrap your mind around the 90-day process of a job. Like, you really have to be, okay, you still temporary. Now, I really like you and I really want you to make it to the 91 day and above. But these 90 days, you can't call in sick. You can't be late. Like, you really have to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to the 90-day probation. But again, a lot of stuff will happen naturally along the way. And then at some point within the 90 days, it may change how you feel. You may no longer require a 90-day period. It might change in 60 days. It might change in 30 days. It just depends on what kind of vibe y'all got going on. But I would suggest that 90-day period, because I'm going to tell y'all, the most problems that I've picked up on have literally been within 3 to 4 months time. And by then, because of who I am, I'm a Libra, so I'm clingy. I'm love on you. I'm a do for you. That's just me. I'm a very giving person. I'm very hospitable. I'm a fun person. So, like, if you in my space, you in my space, and we gonna have a good time. And so, if the ball is rolling like that, you know, I'm not paying attention or I'm ignoring other stuff, and then all of a sudden all the stuff come out, 91, 92, then up into the 120 days, and sometimes it could be 60 days, just depends. But for the most part, most of the junk that I've had experience came up within the first 90 to 120 days. So that's a good idea or a good suggestion to use in regards to the dating process and trying to get into a new situation with a new guy or a new girl. Like, I'm just saying, like, I know most people have probably tried it out or whatever, and whether that involves sex or not, that's your business, okay? What goes on in the chambers, it stays in the chambers unless you talk about it. That's your business. But all I know is if you treat it as a job and you don't give all the full benefits up front, then you will find out who's in it for the long run, period. Okay? All right, so moving on. The next one was from a female. She says, it's hard to move on from toxicity because toxic people are contagious. It's like eating candy. You know it's bad for you, but it's like one more bite. Now, I'm 50-50 with this. I'm 50-50 because toxicity is contagious. It's kind of like cancer. Like, once it's there, you got to hurry up and pull it out before it spreads abroad. It's kind of like it says, one bad apple will spoil the whole bunch or whatever. Get it out of there before it messes up everything. Like, a little leaven the whole lump, like the Bible say. Like, I really truly believe that if you are around toxic people and toxic traits, and again, this could also be friendships too. Like, I've lost friendships because I just would not put up with certain things. Like, it's manipulation, it's bad energy, it's the lies, it's just certain things that I just can't deal with anymore. Like, seriously, my vibration is higher. It's too much going on in the world to be falling out over petty stuff. Like, all right, I'm done. Okay, whatever. Good life. Hope it's well for you. I just won't be in it. I'm serious. I'm not playing. I don't care. I just can't lose any more sleep over people who don't care to have the same energy or vibration. So, but on the other side, the opposite side, it's like eating candy. You know it's bad for you, but it's like one more bite. I don't believe that toxicity is like candy, because candy you can have. You just can't have too much or it'll make you sick. Toxicity you cannot have. Okay, you can't have toxicity, and it's kind of like, I'll give you a better example. If you are allergic to shellfish, but you want shellfish, that is kind of like toxicity. You're gonna swell up, your throat gonna close up, you're probably gonna die if you got too much. Like, you can't have, like, your body's rejecting it. That's how toxicity is. Like, it responds to you, your mind, your body different. It's not supposed to be something that's acceptable to your body, and that's how we got to think about it. Like, cheating should not be acceptable. Manipulation should not be acceptable. So none of those things should be like candy. Those things should be more so to like poison. You know, and not like that girl is poison. No, not that kind of poison, because that was, but anyway, but yeah, it should be equated more so to poison. It's like it might be candy wrapped in poison wrapped in candy, or however that go. But yeah, I wouldn't equate it to candy necessarily, but I know what you're trying to say. It's like you grow with a certain person, and then you find out they're bad, and you try to be there, and then you try to stick it out. And that's because we grow up in households where we've seen it happen. We gotta stick it out to show the strength of a woman or a man. We gotta stick it out to show we can have a lasting relationship. Like, all of that shit, throw it out the window, okay? Like, you don't have to struggle to have a nice, successful relationship. Like, I don't understand why people always feel like you gotta hurt or you gotta go through so much pain in order to make it to the brighter side. No, if people practice good habits, we can have a good relationship throughout. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna be all sunny side up, but I'm just saying, like, some of the stuff that we deal with and that we go through and we see other people go through, we don't necessarily have to go through that if we understand and we tackle stuff right away. Like, we get so infatuated up front, and then boom, we in bed, and then boom, oh man, the sex is great, I love you, like, oh my god, I think you're the best, oh my gosh, like, stay with me, I don't want anybody else. And then all of a sudden you start seeing all these bad habits and blah 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 and everything, and poop just everywhere. It's kind of like, there you go, that's a good example. It's kind of get a new puppy, right? You get a new puppy, you ain't never raised no dog from no puppy. I've had puppies before, so this is a good example. You get a new puppy, you now you gotta train it. But guess what? In the process of training, they pooping everywhere, they pissing everywhere, they chewing up everything. That's kind of how the beginnings are. It's like, oh, it's so cute, I just want to hold it, blah blah blah. But then when you go into the kitchen to do something, you know, ran and pooped in the corner or on whatever carpet or whatever, and it's like you gotta clean it up, and it's like, oh man, am I really ready for this type of responsibility? Like, seriously, there's some things that I don't feel we have to go through to have success in a relationship. Like, the stuff I've seen my mom go through, the stuff I've seen some other people go through, I don't feel we gotta stick that out to prove anything to anybody. I was about to make a post today about proving yourself. Like, there's so many stigmas, and there's so many things out there about single women and single men, and the older you get, the harder it's gonna be to find love and this and that. Yeah, okay, that kind of love, what y'all giving, that popcorn stuff, that y'all fighting and cussing each other out and choking each other out and running each other over and keying cars and stuff, y'all can have that kind of love, because if that's love, y'all can have that. 9 times out of 10, the people that I know who got married earlier on when I wanted to get married is either divorced, married twice, 3 or 4 times. So yeah, there's something God kept me from. There's something God kept us from if you still single. But the point, don't feed in the hype. That's all I'm saying. It's like, it's so much that we can work on as an individual, so that the next time we actually do seek out, or we're waiting, or we venture into something new, it's not toxic, or we know how to recognize toxic and what's not for us, and we walk away. There's so many times where I felt like, I'm not gonna say so many, but there's been times where I felt like, you know what, he cheated, he might got these problems, but I think I can deal with it. I think I can help him through it. I think I can. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I'm literally talking to myself like this, and I'm like, I can't help nobody stop cheating on me. What can I do? That's their problem. I'm too good for this. Like, seriously, no. There's no way possible I can help somebody stop cheating on me. Like, are you kidding me? They're gonna do what they want to do. They're grown. They're single. They're gonna do what they want to do. So, yeah, just stop trying to prove anything to anybody. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna be me. If I'm not good enough, then that's what it is. I'm not good enough for you. I'm too good for you. Say what you want to say. I'm gonna say I'm too good for you. I'm just gonna put it out there, okay? I've worked too hard. I've done too much to be where I'm at, and to keep a peace of mind. And you can't come screw that up. If you are not the dude for me for the rest of my life, you cannot come and screw that up, period. I cannot have my energy thrown off again. Like, it just, yeah, those toxic traits, that back and forth, and that apologize, and then, oh, I ain't gonna do it again, please. Like, why you love me? Why you do this? Why you, listen, hell if I know, because you asking me, I'm asking me why I'm doing this stupid stuff. Like, no, there's no possible way that this is something serious. Like, no. There's no way ever that I feel I'm just too good. I'm just gonna leave it that way. I'm just too good. I'm not saying that I'm better than. I'm just saying I'm too good for those situations. Period. Okay. All right. The last one. Okay. The last one says, we can't move from toxicity because that's what we think we deserve. This one hits so freaking hard, bro. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I used to be that person. I used to be that person, like, this is what I deserve. This is what I get. This is what my ass get. Okay? This is exactly what I get for this. Doing this and doing that and not paying attention or not listening and being hard-headed and doing what I want to do. This is what I get. This is what I deserve. I deserve to be treated like this. How stupid do that sound? I deserve to be treated less than who I am. Regardless of what I did, I deserve less than. Like, that's toxic. That's toxic as an individual. We cannot, male or female, we cannot feel like we deserve to be treated like trash or we deserve toxic people. There's no way that this life was created for just disease and poison and weeds and all of this other stuff. It's too much goodness, okay? I'd rather be by myself and talk to the birds and the trees and be Dr. Doolittle or Ace Ventura or whoever y'all want to call. I'd rather be them, okay, than to keep dealing with toxic people. Like, I know there's good people, and I know that everybody's not 100% toxic, and I know everybody's not 100% perfect. But there are people who are perfect for each other, and toxic traits don't equate to my energy anymore. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm working on me. So I've dug deep. I know my push buttons. So yeah, I just can't do it. So if the Lord above don't see fit to, groom and prep and deliver this man to my front door, it ain't gonna happen, because I'm not settling. I'm not settling, and I'm not going to allow myself to think that I deserve less. Like, we've heard before the myth that we only use a certain part of our brain. We don't use it at its full capacity. So we think that we deserve less because either we haven't done enough or we've done too much bad. And I just think that that's a fallacy. It's a huge fallacy in our culture. We've always been looked at, I think it's generational, depending on your household, but it's like, well, this all we gonna get. You ain't, and I've heard it too many times from women. I'm not gonna find nobody else. This is my last choice, and this is my last option. I'm getting older, and this and that, and it's like, oh, sis, that's not your only option. Trust me, it's not. Now, I know the pick and the slim, for straight heterosexual, decent men that are not locked up, that are still living, that, we have all of these things against us in 2020, but I still have hope. I will have hope till I die, and preferably it don't happen that day. At least not for me. But anyway, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't want us to get into a state of where we feel like that's all we deserve is to be with someone who's toxic. And what I noticed too is a lot of times this is with people who have children that no longer are together, and then they have to co-parent, and then it becomes an issue. Yeah, that back and forth with baby mama, baby daddy, I can't. If you got a child and they under, I say 10 years old, don't come my way. Don't call me. Don't try to holler. I already know you still sleeping with your baby mama. I don't care if you ain't. That is what the consensus say. That is what statistics say. Don't come at me, because it ain't gonna happen. I'm just letting you know. I've tried it. It doesn't work. The lies just keep, and yeah, nah, sorry. After year 10, I think a whole decade went by, and if y'all ain't married by then y'all ain't gonna get married. So I think I'm pretty safe. But that 9 and under, y'all still got time to work things out, apparently, because you're still sleeping around. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, just my suggestion is to, one, get some counseling if you feel like you just don't deserve better than what you have, because everybody deserves to be happy. And I don't think anything toxic makes people happy. It just makes you comfortable and makes you feel safe. And safety with toxic people is not always safe, okay? You might feel like they're there, but they really are not there. So that is all that I have for today. I hope you guys got something out of it. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Please, please, please. The Lois Lane Experience, another episode, another day, another moment. And thank you so much for listening. Tune in next time.